Okay, here we go. Another interesting one that has to do with Raid and Mythic Plus. Welcome to WoW Forum Adventure. Another season, another few months of Mythic Plus or die. As usual, Mythic Plus is by far the quickest and easiest way to get crests to upgrade gear. Mythic Plus completely outclasses all other forms of content for gearing. You can spam it 24/7 and watch those crests roll in. It is far easier, difficulty and organization than the raid. And that's with this tier's raid being easier than Vault. And to top it all off, Mythic Plus still doesn't require you to time your key to receive hyper-inflated item level gear from the Vault. The raid needs to drop more loot more often. It needs to substantially increase the amount of crests it drops per weekly lockout. It needs to award inflated item level Vault slots just for attempting bosses. Now, technically, I don't agree with this solution. I personally think the Vault should fucking go away. Straight up, that's just my opinion. I hate the Vault. I hate everything it stands for. I hate how low the chance of you getting what you actually want from it is, and I'd rather be able to target what I want. Obviously, if it goes away, there needs to be something in exchange that makes it so you could target. Now, back to what was said here. This is exactly why, well, not exactly, but this is another good reason why I believe that Mythic Plus gearing should not interfere with raid gearing, and then vice versa, and PvP gearing. They should have their own systems. The highest Mythic Plus gear should be, at most, heroic raid gear. At most. And honestly, probably even in between normal and heroic. Somewhere there. Mythic Plus 20 is usually easier than the AOTC boss. Usually. It's like substantially easier. Easier to get to, easier to clear, easier to do it on time. And honestly, even if you don't do it on time, you're still gonna get rewarded for it. So yeah. Okay. Let's see. Boom. What are the replies? Spend 24/7. And this is the root of the problem. Put an actual lockout on end of dungeon gear drops. God damn. Oh, just make WoW a mobile game at this point. Caps lock, you're a fucking moron. You are a fucking moron. How is this as usual when crests have only been a thing for less than 3 weeks? Because you are an idiot, Kiofia. The reason this is as usual is because Mythic Plus is by far the quickest and easiest way to get upgraded gear. Did you miss that second part? Because clearly you missed that second part. Gearing, maybe. But if you ever want a true test of skill, go play arenas. What does that have to do with anything? A true test of skill. Oh, just play Flavor of the Month and you'll win more than you lose. Raid needs to drop more loot. Just let people spam raids like they can spam Mythic Plus, since being able to repeat it over and over is the real problem. I mean, still, good luck organizing a raid spam. I mean, unless you can just like queue into the bosses, then yeah, maybe. The raid needs to drop more loot more often. Look at this guy laughing at him. There aren't enough laugh emojis to cover how much I laugh at your conclusion. LOL. I mean, why? In my opinion, the raid definitely needs to drop more. Way more. Like, way more. Like, 3 times more shit than it does now. At least. Somewhere out there, Sentenza just got mad and doesn't know why. Yet. Nah, not mad. Ooh. He called him out. Wow. Interesting. Is this like a known person? Nah, not mad. 10.1's the pendulum swinging towards raid or die. So I know. 10.2, the pendulum will swing back the other way again. It's just physics at that point. What goes up must come down. What? Dude, what do you mean raid or die? Mythic Plus is still, even with how easy this raid is, Mythic Plus would still be more beneficial. RG should be what loot you get, not whether or not you get loot. Fair. I mean, I would like that more than I like what it is now, but I would just rather not have RNG at all. If I could help it, I don't want almost any RNG from Mythic Plus or Raid. Just like kill these bosses, they drop this essence, you use this essence, buy the gear. I'm a fan of how Destiny awards loot in their raids. Oh, how do they award loot in the raids? Because I haven't done Destiny raids yet. And most other content, you can't trade anything, but everyone gets a piece of loot from every encounter. Then there are at least 2 secret chests in every raid and some dungeons, plus a bonus chest for the encounter challenge of the week, plus another bonus chest for doing a raid puzzle throughout the raid, plus you can buy a piece of loot at the end. Imagine doing a raid and actually being rewarded for your time. Weird. Now, Destiny does have its cool things, still a lot of RNG, but again, definitely better than WoW. Yeah, this is the main thing, where it's like you can actually go through a raid night 3 hours and not be rewarded for your time at all. 3 hours, let's say it's progression, maybe you kill 2-3 bosses, and you are not the one who chose to get loot because of how it is now with group loot. And honestly, even with personal loot, I would do like a full raid, get 1 item. It's like, the fuck did I spend time here? And knowing that most times, if you do a raid, you're only gonna get 1 item. As soon as you get an item, you should leave, because you are very unlikely to get another item. This is personal loot before. Group loot now is like, good luck getting the item you want and being the one who is chosen to even be rewarded. Oh my god. Raid loot drops are higher item level than Mythic Plus. Okay, so the last 2 bosses, usually, of the Mythic Raid are higher than the Mythic Plus 20, but require insanely more. Also, by the way, the difficulty of a plus 20, so 447 gear, is about the difficulty here. So technically, Mythic Plus has higher item level than raids. Technically, like an NC run Mythic Plus, you can only get top loot from the vault, which is once a week. Oh, which, by the way, yeah. So the infinite loot is about here. Yeah, it makes no sense to me, but whatever. It is what it is. Only get top loot from the vault, which is once a week opportunity. Comparatively, raiders get drop chances for the top item level loot in addition to the vault. Yeah, you get 1 item for a full raid clear. Maybe if you're lucky, 3 to 9 hours a week. It's fantastic. Yeah, not yet, but it should. Let Mythic Plus end of dungeon loot be tier as well. I don't know about that. I mean, I would say a raid clear is, but then we're just locked out for the week. Mythic Plus being no lockout and farm is sadly always going to be the case with Mythic Plus. Raids have lockouts and Mythic Plus is endless farm. You can spend 1%. Just to be clear, we all see this is a 100% lie, right? There's literally a weekly cap on crest that you can fill. But, yeah, but you can still get gear that you can fill by raiding or close to it. Once you hit that cap, you could literally run 1 million Mythic Plus. Is that a million? 10 million. 10 million Mythic Plus. Not get a single additional crest fragment that week. This is just another salty raider that has people bail on the keys they do because they die on every pack. Ignore them and move on. That's a very bold statement, but still not really arguing his point. You argue this, but it's like, watch those crests roll in, but isn't that also the statement he made? I didn't make that statement on that post. Okay, fine. If in terms of crest, sure, there's a weekly lockout. Okay. And yet your guild can't kill Scale Commander on normal, right? Joram of Blackrock Munity with all that easy access to gear and upgrades. I mean, again, his skill has nothing to do with what he said. As usual, Mythic Plus by far the quickest way. If you think you can do 9 dungeons faster than a group can blitz through the raid, I don't know what to tell you. Easily. Easily. Are you kidding me? 9 dungeons with a properly organized 5-man or a mythic raid with a properly organized 20-man? Yeah, you're gonna clear the 9 dungeons faster. Here's a calculator. Mythic raid. Minimum would be approximately one. Honestly, there's no like you're probably not gonna clear it in 2 hours. On an average, obviously, if you're a world first, whatever. But it's like, let's say a full mythic clear usually would take you about 2.5 to 3 hours, right? What is that? Wow, 210 to 240 minutes. Okay, 9 dungeons times, I would say average 25 minutes per run. Yeah, you would probably clear it faster. And also, how much loot are you getting here? 9 runs times 3, because that's usually the loot you would get for a finished key. Now divided by 5 players. Each player is getting 5 pieces of loot at least. How much are you gonna get from a full raid clear? 1 to 2 items at most. So, first of all, this equation doesn't make sense. Second of all, you still get more loot in the Mythic Plus. I mean, it is what it is. Unless he's equating it to crests. I don't know how many dungeons you need to run crests, but crests clearly, if it only takes 9 dungeons to get max crests, I mean, I'm sorry, it's like the weekly cap for crests is very, very low. And honestly, why the fuck is there a weekly cap? Stop fucking capping the weekly bullshit on this. If people want to fucking grind, let them grind. God damn it. Let the people play, man. That's all I got for you for today. I'll see you in the next one. No, I'm still here. Stop recording doesn't work. I'll see you in the next one.